reason being would, if I can continue what I was talking about.
Okay.
It's because coming up in February, I'm going to turn around. I'm going vegetarian again. I'm going to try that shit again. And so I'm going to cut it all. So I'm getting I'm taking my liver to the limit. I see the look on your face. I see it, and I'm sure people listen like, oh, now we're going to get sober Keith again. Oh, that's so. Yeah. We're going to get Keith with healthy intestines and organs.
If anyone's ever paid attention or ever listened to this show whatsoever, you'll know that Keith does this from time to time.
Yes.
We grit and bear it, and then when he's back, we welcome him with open arms.
So I'm taking this motherfucker 15 rounds, right? Just right to the limit. I'm going full bore, and then come February, I'm gonna clean it up, and I'm gonna get that zen, just not. No, it's not. I'm now. Just get the tulips.
Yeah.
Tiptoe in the tulips. Tiny Tim, right? Tiptoe through the tulips.
Yeah. When is it that they is it Passover where they do like the 40 days, 40 nights of like you choose something?
Mm-hmm. It's Lent.
Lent. Sorry.
Yeah,
not Passover. That's a different thing. Lent. Yeah. You're not doing it for that. You're just doing it because February's starting.
Hey, you know what? I just realized something. I got to do it after the Super Bowl. So the second week in February, I'm going in.
Okay.
I'm going hard then. So yeah.
I can get behind that.
I've had some events coming up. I got some past events that we all had the holidays, and then I got the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Super Bowl will be the last one. So I'm dragging my liver, kicking and screaming to the finish line for that.
Oh,
all right.
That's Super Bowl, man.
Still a rat fuck. Chaim is still a rat fuck, but he's slightly redeemed himself by extending Rafi 2 scoops divas for the next 2,000 years. Good job. I'm glad that snow fort season is off to a great start. I bet all the little Woods made a small fortune digging out neighbors last week. I bet Wood is sitting on a stack of Benjamins just laughing. Do you pimp your kids out like that? Do you have them out there with a shoveling shit?
In my driveway, you bet your ass
That's
I
it?
do.
You don't send them to the neighbors?
I say if they want. And or like if there's some elderly, like we live next door to one. Well, they have a thing, comes and does it for them anyway, so I don't ever get a chance. But yeah, if there's somebody that I'm like, oh hey, why don't you go help them? Yes, I will. I don't force them, but I strongly encourage it. Yeah.
I picture all your kids here when they're here, they're able to dig out a snowplow if it got stuck in the street in like 2 minutes. They just
it's like when vultures jump on like a carcass.
Yeah.
It's like, or the fast motion ants that eat up something.
That's your guys.
Yeah.
That's the wood. The wood.
What's
What's another W you can throw on that? What's the wood? Woodsdom? No.
I don't know.
I was gonna say clan, but I didn't want to get hate mail for you.
Take it easy.
With the bald head and all, right? Anyhow, Rose both suck. Much like last year, I got yelled at by some lady for yelling too loud. Bitch, please. You're lucky I was sober and you kept your yap shut as the fourth quarter started. God knows how Mac loves his $18 beers. And who the fuck is quiet at a football game anyhow? That's what I was wondering. You might have had a smoking body and a great bucket of chocolate chip cookies, but shut the fuck up. I think Missy said last week she enjoys Flash and random people on the road. Did I hear that correct? Good job. God bless you. I'll keep my eyes out. Snowed in Mac.
Oh, wow.
I hate people that chastise you when you go to fucking sporting events or concerts that you spend too much money for this shit.
Exactly.
And then for us, we generally got to travel, so too much money to travel.
Yep.
So don't tell me, Southwest and Delta and even fucking that shitbox Frontier flying in a fucking shoebox. Even they didn't up their prices when they found out Utah was playing there, right?
Oh, yeah. So absolutely they did.
We spend all that money, so we get there. I'm going to enjoy this motherfucker, man.
You bet.
If I want to take my shirt off and put fucking popcorn butter on my nipples and dance around to early Lionel Richie's solo album, I'll do that shit in my seat. I don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, it's the only thing that when I go to a sporting event and it's really loud like that, I think it's a lot of fun. Because I'm not outwardly a big cheerer. I don't typically, but when the crowd around me does, I get involved with it because it's infectious, and you start cheering, even if you have like some opposing people next to you and they're real rowdy and loud.
Yeah.
And I get a little bit rowdy and loud for my own team. So I think it's a lot of fun. What I can't stand are the kids, and I say kids because they're the ones that can pull it off, that will do the loudest, highest pitched scream that they can muster and scream just like right behind you. There's no like cheer. It's just a scream.
Just yelling?
Not yelling. It's a scream. There's a difference between a yell and a scream.
Well, how old does a guy have to be to still be able to scream?
I think you lose
3-year-old?
I think you lose scream right around. Girls can keep it longer because they have a higher pitched voice. Men, I think they lose it around, I don't know, 16 to 18.
I couldn't scream at that age.
I'm not saying you.
I didn't know anybody could scream at that age.
But there are.
Really?
And it's so piercing to my ears, and I hate it. And I want to murder them. I want to turn around and just start punching them. It's not so bad when it's next to me because it's going forward, but when they're behind me, and it's just a scream. It's not a cheer, it's a scream. That's the only time I can support somebody for screaming too loud. I can't do that.
As you say that, all I picture in my eardrums is two girls that haven't seen each other in
Yes,
a while.
that's what
by,
it is.
By a while, I mean, like, I don't know, 16 hours, and they go up and they, hey, and they do that high-pitched
scream.
shit.
That's really what it is, and I hate it.
I
hate it.
Chance, first of all, Keith, how'd you get that turtleneck on? Baby oil and running full speed, man. I found you guys' podcast 4 months ago, and I'm still trying to catch up on all the episodes. They're not bad. Can you help me out with the situation in your normal, stupid, lack of advice way? I met a girl on the internet, and there's my advice right there. Walk up and say hi to somebody. And we got to know each other. No, you didn't. Through text and such. Finally, we met face-to-face, and she's even hotter in person. Problem is, she barely moves her lips when she talks. It drives me nuts. All I did the whole time we were talking was stare at her dried teeth as she spoke, which ended up sounding like a bumblebee playing a kazoo. I seriously thought her jaw was wired shut. It was off-putting to me.
Yeah.
Now, you may say, just don't see her again. Problem is, the conversation wasn't bad, and I really want to see her jugs. So how do I play this out? And so what you're saying, speak. Maybe she had a toothache? I don't know. I say, I don't know. Put Vaseline on her teeth. Give her chapstick. I don't know. I know people like that. I don't know people. I see people like that. That really lips and they're talking. It just sounds like a buzz. I can't.
Just ask it. Say. Is your jaw okay? Is it hurting?
I could play through that. I mean, because you don't listen to half the shit women say anyway, right? Let's start there.
And they've got to eat, so you know that the jaw works. Yeah. So, like, why doesn't it work when you're talking, though?
Do I say this?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said yeah. You'll see if the jaw works. You just
yeah, I know.
You just stretch that out. There's two.
Yeah.
Two for that. No, just I don't know. I don't. It depends on what you're into, man. I mean, sounds really. Just stop listening to what she's saying. That's horrible advice. You got to listen to what they say.
You do, really. I don't. That's a tough one. Like if you feel like I have a friend.
Okay.
And he
You're proud.
He talks
I have a
like,
friend.
I do, because I have very few. He talks like that. And he's been married for, I don't know, 15 years. And now he and I have had this conversation. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I move my mouth just fine. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't move your jaw. Your lips wiggle a little bit when you're talking, but you don't. But his wife she's fine.
Dude,
maybe it's the buzzing.
There's somebody that talks like that that's famous, and I can't remember who it is. I'm trying to think of it. But they talk like that, and when they do interviews, I'm just like, dude, you don't even move your fucking mouth, man.
No, it's really weird.
It
but
is off-putting.
if the conversation and everything is good and the jugs are even better, then why not?
Why not? Keith, hold on.
I've been in places for less.
Again, only just. If you got a smell, that's gonna stay with me forever, man. I could do the.
Hopefully, she smells nice.
Yeah, and if it's like a bumblebee on a harmonica, that could feel fabulous.
I'm just saying. Sometimes it's the buzzing.
Say your ABCs. All right, Hooves, Keith and Wood. Great wrap up for a subpar year, 2022 as a whole. Not your podcast. I feel society got the hose again, and I don't feel any more moisturized from it. Maybe 2023 will be an improvement. I'm in an industry related to health, and I find Rife System one step lower than Reiki.
Reiki?
Mm-hmm. Did you look it up?
No, I just know it. They're all kind of in the same vein. Reiki is a holistic healing of the body. It's a thing. Anyway.
If the mainstream medical community as well as the FDA refute the purported benefits of a system or device, I'm not buying it. Sorry, Misty, but it's the reindeer tracks. I hope your father continues to flourish so. As a side note, multiple individuals have ended up in prison related to the Rafi?
Reiki.
Rafi. Hers.
Oh, Rife.
Rife. All right. I'm assuming that's where you first heard of it. Great year into Love Jamie thing. Is it a machine?
So yeah, it is. And if I'm not mistaken, it's like these two rods that you hold or something. I kind of looked into it a little bit, and it's supposed to it's natural. Like your body's supposed to be able to heal itself. Reiki, which he also refers to in that email.
Okay.
Reiki's similar. It's hands-on. So, like the person doing the Reiki like pulls the bad toxins from your body and is supposed to like make you feel better and heal you. Yeah. I'm like
at the bottom of your feet.
Yeah, that's essentially.
Okay.
And I'm like, you really only need one hand to that bad boy. You got all those toxins.
And that's the second one. That's not the one.
That's Reiki.
That's Reiki.
The other one. My mind just went.
Rife.
That is like you hold these. I believe you hold these two rods.
Like you're looking for water.
Yeah, okay. But it's connected to something, and I don't know the whole like backstory on it. It seems like I was kind of studying it, and it reminded me a lot of Reiki, so I kind of put the two in the same category, and just was like, it's above anything that I've tried or really willing to at this point, and I don't know. Hell, if I get cancer one day, I may look into it. I don't know. I'm not going to rule it out, but I'm just going to say I don't know if there's any. I've never seen anyone in my personal life with any benefits to it, so I can't speak to it.
Here's the thing. So I'm going to try and stop Jamathan from getting cut or fucking jumped as he walks to his car, because that's what's going to happen if he keeps that course.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Anything that makes you feel better, do that.
Oh, yeah.
You understand? If you're somebody and you have an ailment, if you got tuberculosis or whatever, and you think, making toast on Wednesdays between 11:30 and 11:36 is going to make you feel better, do that shit.
I agree.
Because a lot of this shit is mental. I know for a fact. I know me. If I go to the doctor and he tells me I got cancer, I'm jumping off a fucking bridge, man. I don't have that to do. Where people go, oh, then it got real. Then I got that. Dave Goggins, that fucking psycho. The doctor told me I had polio, so I jogged 200 miles in 6 hours.
Yeah.
What? I don't have that.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
I don't either.
All right? And if it's terminal, I'm the guy robbing banks. I didn't say that out loud, but it's going to happen because they're not going to put you in fucking jail anyway. They don't want to take care of you. So if you're terminally ill, hook your family up.
Yeah.
Hook them up, man.
Yeah, like if I'm on my way out, if they're like, you've got about a month and a half to go, I'm like, all right, who needs money from a bank?
Yeah. And
who needs somebody eliminated?
I'm going to be a horrible old man because I'm going to just say everything to everybody. Those old... See,
that's why they do. That's why, because everybody in their life knows that old person that does it. And you know why? Because they've lived a life of they don't care anymore.
Don't give a fuck.
They're like, you know what? What are you gonna do to me at this point?
So my focus with a terminal fucking disease, I'm telling you right now, robbing a bank. So if this is, I don't know, Wood and Jacob one day, and they're in a plush ass studio, you'll know where Wood got the fucking money from. Okay. That's the end of the emails, man.
That is the end of our emails, which brings us to our snaggles. And today, I would like to say that I poured a can in or something nice. What I did today is I went out to a restaurant and I had a Hefeweizen on draft and had two of them, the tall ones, because the little ones are silly.
Yep.
And even though they're a lot of money per pour, doesn't matter. When I'm at a restaurant, that's what I like. I like a nice, ice-cold Hefeweizen in a frosted glass.
Okay.
And that's what started me out today. So I'm going to go with that one. Just a Hefeweizen in a glass. I'm keeping it going with other stuff, but that's the one I'm calling out today.
Keep it moving. I got Murphy's Imported Stout Drought Style. Not good. It's got this little... You hear that?
Oh, it's got the ball in it.
Little yak ball in here. It tastes like shit,
shake
man.
it up. Yeah.
So there's this directions on the back that tells you how to pour it and shit, as if I don't know how to pour fucking beer. But it's supposed to make it taste better and you're supposed to let it breathe and all this shit. I drank 2 of them out the can before I realized it was instructions on how to drink a beer. And it didn't taste that good. So I said, let me follow the instructions. And I followed the instructions. It tastes exactly the same. So that's what I'm on today. Not impressed. Murphy's Law, right?
Yeah.
All right.
They're that's a stout, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, typically those are not good anyway. But anyway, as always, our Snaggles is brought to you by Tiger Claw Tattoo. 801-410-4245. They're over there in Mill Creek, Utah. If you're coming into town, they do take some walk-ins, but you got to pick your day. So check their Instagram to find out which day you can walk in. Otherwise, call, schedule yourself an appointment. Go see one of the, I believe there's five greatest artists in the region, and get yourself a tattoo.
Yeah,
Next
they're
up,
still winning awards over there.
oh yeah, hell yeah, Tiger Claw Tattoo is badass. Put them up against anybody. Next up, we have MVP Jersey Framing, 801-910-7556. That's MVPJerseyFraming.com. Remember, if you have anything for the majority of our listeners, now I see the analytics, and I know where the demographics are for this podcast.
Okay.
And they're not the NBA. They're not the NFL, NHL, MLB. What other stupid acronym for a sport I could do? They're none of those. What they are a bunch of us's across this nation.
Nice. I like that.
Mostly in California, a few in France, and then some in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Contact MVP Jersey Framing and get your stuff framed up. And I know that you're living vicariously through your children, so get their jerseys framed up and give it to them as a birthday
Or
gift.
live vicariously through your dog, because Diego hit me up and he said he got a dog house too, and he's impressed with that motherfucker. And I think he only does the dog houses locally because, like mine, like Diego, he has to go there and construct it. So he builds it at his location. He takes it apart, then he brings it to you and rebuilds it.
Damn.
And thank goodness, because it would take me and, I don't know, probably about 19 of your kids to lift this fucking doghouse. This thing is almost too heavy for itself, man. But my dog loves it.
That's all that
My
matters.
dog loves it.
That's
and,
all that
and-
matters.
And you get yourself a hound heater, put that
Yep.
motherfucker in there. When it's 20 degrees outside, 77 degrees in
Man.
the doghouse.
That'd be hog heaven with those things. So
Better
go-
than living in the projects, man.
maybe MVP Jersey Framing ought to change his slogan to MVP Jersey Framing in dog houses or something like that. Sounds like he's doing a killer job. Last up, we have Kick Rocks Clothing, KIKROX Clothing. That's on Instagram. I believe he has a Facebook, but he's mostly active on Instagram. So he's over there. He just posted, and I don't know if it's a repost or if it's like new stuff, but some really neat clothing. You ladies.
Yeah, neat. That's his demographics. Neat. Keep talking.
I don't know,
What the fuck are you
bitchin'.
doing? Bitching? No, still no.
So some really cool street
We'll leave-
urban wear,
We'll leave it
whatever
there.
it is.
We'll leave it there. He
He's
said
got some-
bitching.
Some urban wear for the ladies. It's really neat. I use that word again because I like it. But it's great clothing, and he seems to be doing well over there. So hit up Kick Rocks Clothing. Tell him SoWhutChuSayin sent you. That's all I got.
All right. At what point you were an okay baseball player? Right?
Yeah, I would like to think so.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 7, 6?
Yeah, 6'7".
6'7"?
Uh-huh.
Did you ever get preferential treatment?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When I my first so when you go from like the little league guys and then you step it up into like the high school.
Uh-huh.
So if you check our closed door sessions, we talk about the progression of sports.
Yes.
I was at the progression before the real progression starts, and when I got there, yeah, I did. I got some preferential treatment. School academically, bet your ass. I
Yeah.
did. They're like, oh, well, he's on. Oh, you're not doing so well in that class. Well, the coach says you need to play. So, what does 1 + 1 equal?
This is
2?
the test.
Like,
This is the
oh,
test.
good job. That's extra credit points.
Yeah. Which is 90% of your grade.
Yeah. So guess what? You passed. So yeah. So there's a little bit of that went on. Not as much as if I was a football player.
So there's that level.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a level when you're at a club back in maybe the early 90s and you're hanging out and you're trying to get in and somebody walks right past you and they go into the club no problem. And that's some, person that was just drafted by a team. And you're like, fuck, why can't I roll with that guy? Oh, that's so-and-so. All right, cool, I get it. But, you said there was no room. But, yeah, we all got room for him. There's that.
Yeah.
There's also the guy that comes up with all the fucking money, and I've coattailed that motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
I was in Vegas one time at Club Rain at the Maloof brothers, who used to own the Sacramento Kings.
Yep.
I was outside that, and this guy just comes through, just handing out hundreds. He's got about 18 people with him, and they got they're all dressed like Bono. They all got all black on and shit. Just so happened I had a black shirt on, so I just kind of milled in with them and shit, and just walked in. I was like, damn, okay. But then, and we'll call this supernova status. You got Ronaldo, who is playing in Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Where they say you can't walk down the street with a woman unless it's your wife, your sister, or your mother.
Yep.
Well, he's got this hot little Latin girl, and he's not married to her, and he wants her to come over, and they change the rules for him.
Oh, yeah.
Change the rules for him. But here's the pressure. They change the rules for you like that. You better go out there and score 16 goals a fucking game, because in Saudi Arabia, they chop off heads, motherfucker.
Yeah, you all of a sudden disappear.
So I hope that Punani was worth it.
He's not going to show up to, I don't know, 6, 7 games. And be like, Where's he been? He's got the flu.
Yeah.
Just let it go. He's got the flu. And we'll never hear from him again.
So where does that level? I mean, how do you get to that level? I just started following. I'm going to call it football. No, it's not always money. It's not always money because I don't know what's his name. Michael B. Jordan can move over there, and they're not going to let him live with his girl because he's not doing anything for the country. So it's not money. It's skill.
So who status perhaps?
Who gets more preferential treatment? Is it the athlete? Is it the musician? Or is it the actor?
Well, okay. Well, so we got Ronaldo goes over there, and he gets that preferential treatment. If, let's say, Michael Jackson, if he were still alive, if he went over there to live there, would he get that treatment?
Okay, and I don't want to use Michael Jackson. I want to use your boy Tupac.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, no, he's not getting that.
He's not getting that, right?
No,
because
absolutely
there's certain songs he can't sing. Who's the biggest rapper? Jay-Z? There's certain songs I bet you he can't sing in Saudi Arabia or rap in Saudi Arabia.
Absolutely, he couldn't do that.
Ronaldo has no what is it, clemency? Is that the word I'm looking for? No, that's not the word I'm looking for. He has no
But he's not controversial in any way
Ronaldo.
like that. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he just plays a game. He plays soccer.
This is
football.
My point.
He plays that.
And so then you got the actor.
Oh no.
Period.
No, I'm going to say no, absolutely no. I don't think there is an actor on the face of the planet that could pull that off. No.
So are athletes the king dingling of society?
A politician.
A politician is because they make the rules.
Yes.
Under
Yes. So a politician, number one. An athlete, because typically athletes do not have, like, very, very few of them are controversial against the grain. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to come out and say something that shocks the world because they're still trying to get a paycheck. They're still trying to make the money. And they want to play the game that they're really, really good at, so they're not going to rock the boat, if you will. Because the second they start rocking the boat, now all of a sudden, people, do we pay him? Maybe we don't pay him. Now his status drops. So Ronaldo, for that matter, now I don't know Ronaldo and all of his intricacies there, but I can't imagine at the status that he has right now, he said anything real controversial. And so he goes over there, and he's the best of the best. Yeah,
is he? Who's that other dude that just won? Yeah, that motherfucker.
Yeah, but Messi's on his way out. Messi's stepping through the door on his way out. Ronaldo's on the come up. So
Ronaldo's a lot younger?
Yeah, so Messi could go in there and do the same thing. I would think he could do the same thing. That Mbappe or whatever his name is from France, same thing. I bet he could do the same damn thing over there.
Is Messi married? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Because I would love to have that name and have some micro harem, right? And then you just fucking scream Messi as you facial everybody sitting there, right? Just wouldn't that be fucking awesome?
We're renaming Bukkake to Messi.
Oh man! Oh yeah.
Yeah, picturesque.
So my point being, athletes get a lot of preferential treatment.
Yeah.
Entertainers get a lot of preferential treatment. Singers get a lot. But
I never thought about it in that way. That which one gets more? Because to be quite honest with you, like. I think it's really because athletes aren't very controversial. They just play sports, and if that sport happens to be popular, they do well, and they do. So like actors sometimes will take on controversial roles, and as a country like that, they don't want a controversial actor doing that kind of, because what kind of. But then if you look, that was Iran, but it doesn't matter. The rock climber female that disappeared. But that's a whole different thing. Because would a female athlete at the same status as Ronaldo be able to pull that off?
No. But
right.
I want to correct you on something. I don't know if you've been paying attention for the past, almost 3 years now. Athletes have been very controversial, at least here in America.
Yes, but but Ronaldo, he is global. He's not America.
Okay.
He's global. I think that's different.
You don't think LeBron's global? Oh, boy. That's 10 o'clock in the morning drinking. Hang on. I'm going to get it out. Global? You don't think LeBron's global?
He's bigger in the U.S. He is global within the basketball community, but basketball's not soccer. So soccer kicks the shit out of every other sport in the world.
Nice. You've done two. You did Against the Grain. You did Kick the Shit and talked about soccer.
Yeah.
You're doing good right now. I
yeah,
like these.
yeah. So football is it's way bigger than our minds in NBA can even fathom. It's so much bigger. So LeBron might be global, but he's global in the NBA community,
In the basketball community.
which doesn't touch the soccer community.
I saw that firsthand.
Yeah. So yes, he could. I would honestly question whether he could get that. Brittany Griner, she got locked up in Russia. Now I'm not saying, and I don't want to go down this path, but she got locked up in Russia, and she was a fairly big name here in the U.S. Enough that we got her back and out of prison.
Yeah.
But globally, she doesn't matter. So I question whether or not LeBron could pull that off over there even.
Okay. Now, and I'm glad you brought her. I'm not glad because I'm about to say something I haven't verified. Maybe you can on your TV
On the interwebs.
with a typewriter in front of it right there. But supposedly she's getting Athlete of the Year or Person of the Year for the state of Arizona. Somebody sent me something. I asked him, was this true? Because I wanted to talk about it. But when you wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning and start drinking, you don't fact check a lot of shit.
Yeah, that is true. Making athletics WNBA Person of the Year
for this year. Okay. Problem.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go back.
Okay.
That one right down. Nope, one more down. Brittany Griner, Arizonan of the Year, was face of. All right, so it is true.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a problem with that because you know who won that award before?
Mm-mm.
Not just most recently, but before? Pat Tillman.
Oh shit.
All right, so you got Brittany Griner who likes to get fucked up. Basically, I like to get fucked up. Am I Utahan of the Year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She committed a crime in a foreign fucking country and got arrested, and she needed her grandpa to fucking go get it, who traded a fucking terrorist,
to
get her back. A matter of fact, a terrorist that doesn't have any problems with Americans. He said they were nice as shit to me.
Yeah.
They were nice as, they were good people. We had more in common than we did not in common. This is his words.
And did you and her? She was treated like shit over there.
Mm-hmm.
She was treated like a prisoner over there.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you go to a fucking foreign country and fuck around. Don't act like there was a couple of times when I was in a foreign country and something happened. Not anything big. So I was standing one time and I was talking to a group of people, right? Right. I'm standing in a hotel lobby and this dude, he walks by and I was talking to a dude and I backed up because I was laughing. You know, black people, we can't stay still when we laugh, right?
Yeah.
So I
I'm
went to laugh.
surprised that table's still together.
And just as I went to laugh, him and his girl went and walked by, and he put his hand on the small of my back, and he didn't push me. He just kind of like,
Held
we're
you.
here.
Yeah.
Same thing I would do. But I turned and I looked, and I was like, this motherfucker just put his hands on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, young Keith in America would have said something.
Yeah.
Old Keith in Portugal was like, that bothered me, but I won't say anything to anybody. You know what I mean? Because you don't know the fucking rules, right?
Right.
I'm not going to whip a joint out in
No.
fucking Spain. I'm not going to do that shit.
No, you're not.
Right?
No, you're not.
I'm not going to walk around with a fucking bullet. Yo, bullet. You're number one with a bullet, bitch. I got your name on this shit. I'm not fucking around. I walk around. I'm like a stormtrooper. I just stand there and I do what I'm told.
You behave. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Act like you got some fucking sense.
When I was living in Mexico, I got in a one-sided fight one time because in Mexico I'm tall. And I was terrified that I was going to be thrown in a Mexican prison for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I disappeared.
Watched a lot of movies.
I disappeared. Out of that area, I moved. I got myself out of that
You
area.
get the fuck out of there?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I love this area, but I'm out of here.
But I
I'm
saw
gonna
the
leave.
A-team. I saw the A-team, right?
I don't know. I didn't know the rules. Now, to that point, Ronaldo, who knows what other stipulations are on his contract? There might be some other shit on there that we have no idea. They bent the rules for him and let him live with his girl, but who knows? Like if he doesn't produce, so we're at January, brand new year, January, and I don't know what a soccer season is, but let's go January to next December. This coming December, you have to score 15 goals, or that. Remember that rule that we bent for you?
We're chopping your girl's tits off.
Yeah. Good luck, buddy.
Because they'll do shit like that. They don't give a fuck.
No,
man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So we don't actually know the rules to what he agreed to. All we see on the surface is, he's Ronaldo.
Hopefully they didn't take him out and get him drunk and then have him agree to this shit.
But they're not going to allow you or I to go over there and bend the rules for us like that.
Here's what kills me, though, and it's killed me my whole life. The only reason Ronaldo is venerated, Denzel, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, even
Yeah.
The Rock now, and then you want to go to singers. I always think, Bono, you think Stevie Wonder, whoever you think.
Right.
It's because of us. You, me, and what do you call it? The us? What do you call it? The us's?
Yeah. The S's of the world.
The us's of the world. That's the only reason. If I didn't listen to Stevie Wonder's music and buy his music,
Nobody care.
he'd just be a blind dude banging on a piano.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Denzel would just be a dude with an overbite.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt would just be somebody who some say look like a werewolf because he's got that pointy face, but he's a handsome motherfucker, right?
It's the us's of the world, the average everyday folk like us that wander around, that make famous people famous, and then when it comes down to it, the famous people that we made famous,
They don't
care.
Don't give a shit about.
They're like, you know what? I can go live over here and do whatever I want. I can go over there and do whatever I want. Because then all of a sudden, the rest of the us's are like, oh, those poor people, they've been incarcerated for weed. Not our rules.
Not impressed.
No,
Not
no.
impressed. And here's the thing too: if she was just a abnormally tall fucking woman with an abnormally deep voice for a woman that went over there and got busted for weed, would we have even cared?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
All right. Here's the thing, and I hate to get all after school special once again. I haven't used that term in a while, but you send, the mothers send all the kids you have to school every day.
Yeah.
I don't know if they show up to school because you got some bad motherfucking kids. I met some of them, but all the mothers send kids to school every day, and we entrust those teachers with our kids.
Yes.
Those are some heroes, but we don't put them on a pedestal.
Very rarely.
My boy was telling me one time he's watching this fucking show and this dude came in, he was shot up and shit, and the dude had a wound in his chest. The doctor put his hand in the fucking wound and started massaging his heart to keep it going. I think doctors deserve every motherfucking penny they get, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's another hero.
Yeah.
Right?
So doctors, nurses, and teachers, I think, are some of the most like doctors and nurses. I think probably earn their wage. I'm sure they would argue with me. Teachers definitely do not.
I'm going to keep going. I'll say the firemen that go into that fucking burning building, the paramedics
Absolutely.
that deal with all that fucking shit to keep you
100%.
alive on your fucking right, the cops
Yeah.
that get there, right? And I'm not even going to qualify it, but, you say the good cops. When I say this, it's good fireman,
Yep.
good cop, good teacher, because
Yep.
there's a lot of teachers out there,
And they're-
fucking kids,
Yeah. I
right?
was just gonna say, there's a lot that end up in prison.
but that don't get the fucking news of the
But-
other shit.
But we'll say this, and I know we've said this before. You and I both can name the teacher that most influenced us in
Yeah.
our lives. You could go and you can ask, hey, best teacher you ever had and why? Boom, boom. You know the name, and you know why. You know the grade. You know the age.
Absolutely.
All of that.
Yep. Yeah.
But anything outside of that, you rarely remember, or like in that moment, oh, this athlete did or said this, and it was kind of inspiring. But that'll fade over time. You know what doesn't? Is that teacher that influenced your life.
Yeah, we're never arguing who's the best teacher.
Yeah.
Who's the best teacher of all time? We never argue that shit. You have your opinion of your
Yep.
best teacher. And it's not an opinion. You have your factor.
Yeah.
Because when you think about the teacher, what are you would in the 6th grade again, and you see her, right? You're
Yeah.
like, oh, she looks great.
Yeah.
She smells good.
You know, if she wouldn't have wore that skirt, I wouldn't have had so many kids.
I got Mr. Morris, Mr. Caterer, Mr. Taylor, Mrs. Koch. I got all those fucking teachers that actually made an effect on me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I got doctors. I
Absolutely.
mean,
Absolutely.
something happened to me when I was a kid, and a doctor saved my fucking life.
Yeah,
And I went and saw him as an adult, and he's like, God damn, look at you. I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Yeah, 3 teacher, Miss Crane, Mr. Burton, and Miss Meyer.
I love it.
Elementary, junior high, high school.
I love it.
Those are the 3.
Isn't that
And
beautiful,
without
man?
those 3, I probably wouldn't be doing. I would probably be successful, but I wouldn't have taken some of the lessons they taught me
Right.
in those and applied them to my life now to make me a better person today.
So what you're saying is none of those teachers were sex ed teachers because you paid no attention to whoever the fuck that teacher was.
I'm not gonna say what they did, but maybe. No,
But-
but that's the point. So we give all this preferential treatment to athletes because we started out this with athletes, then we went then movie stars, then singers.
Artists, yeah.
But we don't give the preferential treatment to the teachers.
No.
We don't care.
Mm-mm.
Every once in a while, you'll hear a story or you'll read it like, "Oh, this fire department was brought dinner on this night by this group because of whatever," or these cops bought a dinner because of saving a life or whatever. And I'm not trying to discount that, but when does that happen for teachers?
Right.
What do teachers have to do? They have to go and argue with a shitty-ass school board half the time that have never been teachers and impose this bullshit new type of training.
And buy their own supplies and deal with parents that don't understand that their kids need further help or the
Right.
issues at home. You don't send
Yeah.
your kid here to be raised. You send your kid here to fucking learn.
Yeah,
right?
but then teachers end up trying to raise your kids because you're a shitty parent.
Can't do it.
Teachers don't get enough praise for that, and they don't. We're not sending a single teacher to Saudi Arabia and getting any kind of treatment.
No.
Like, you better conform or you'll disappear, and you have about 37 minutes to figure it out.
All right. So when I ask you this, you're a full grown man.
Uh-huh.
Couple times, almost double over, right? Double over. You're a full grown man.
Yeah.
Who do you? I don't want to say look up to, but who, if like you met, you'd be like, oh shit, I just met so and so, and you'd be like, oh fuck, that's so and so.
Oh shit, I don't know. I don't know. I've never even thought about that.
No?
To be honest with you. What about you?
If I met like LL,
Okay.
well, I kind of did.
Not that kind of.
No, not like a hangout, but
Yeah.
I kind of did. Again, my Denzel, Matt Damon, or
I would say, well, 3, and they're actors, because Tupac is in hiding. Right now, I would say.
Is the Inquirer still around? Because they used to always say Elvis was still alive, but
I
now
know.
Elvis, there's no way Elvis could be alive now,
he's like
so they stopped.
117.
But
No,
Tupac's in hiding. I like it.
So I would probably say, in no order, one of the 3. No, 2. I would go 2. I would say Will Smith or Morgan Freeman.
That's who you like to meet.
Because I like the way they. No, my third one. His name came and then I went, so I was like, oh, just 2. Mike Rowe, who did Dirtiest Jobs.
Yeah, why? That doesn't seem to go with it. But
So
why him?
Morgan Freeman, I feel like he's an elder, and so I feel like I could gain a lot of like life experience understanding. I wouldn't gain any from life experience from him. A lot of life understanding from him.
Okay.
I feel like he's old enough. He's seen some shit.
Yeah.
And I just like the way he carries himself. Will Smith, he's living some shit,
Yeah.
and I'm like, damn, that. I want to get, and we're not, I mean, he's older than me, but not that much older than me, and so I think that I could like understand and learn and live my life now to what he's learned. And then Mike Rose shoveled some shit, and he's been in the trenches with people. He's seen it, and he's experienced so much. I mean, he put himself out there to do it, and it was a lot of it's a TV show.
Yeah.
But then if he's got a podcast that he does these like 10-minute snippets.
Yes.
And he really
I've
messes
listened
with
to
your
it.
mind, but it's really well thought out, and how he, and like I would love to think like that, to look at the ending and think through the process to know how you got to the end of it. And I think that's how his mind works. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's the way I see him, is that he can see the ending and then knows how to work through the process to get there.
And it does make sense, but at the same time, like a teacher, when you talked about those people, it's a feeling they give you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Morgan Freeman could be the dumbest motherfucker on the planet, but
He might
you
be.
perceive him as this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And why do you perceive him as that? Is because of the person he plays.
Yep.
Will Smith comes off as jovial and forward-thinking and reflective and all that shit until he punches somebody in the fucking face on national TV, right? But
I appreciate that about him, because then I'm like, oh, he's human.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some problems.
Sure. Right. He's got some problems.
Yeah.
But until then, he had his perfect life. His ayahuasca and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then Mike Rowe, who's supposed to be everyman.
Yeah.
But Mike Rowe probably lives in one of those fucking houses we were talking about before we started the show.
That's probably
The
true.
$20 million fucking mansions and shit with a gated community.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's how we perceive him. So you get this thing, and what's the first thing? I saw Tom Cruise one time from here to the front of the fucking woodshed.
Okay.
And he's not a big human being.
No,
like,
he's tiny.
To think Tom Cruise could fucking kick me in the head and throw an elbow and hit me in the head with a vase, I'd be like, I'm getting beat up by my daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's just a tiny motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right? But these are the perceptions
Yeah.
that we put out there because it's sold to us, because they're on a 25-foot screen. Right?
Yeah.
Or they're out there doing things we can't do, the athletes. Or they're hitting these fucking notes, and they wrote these songs that caught you in a time in your life when you were down, or you were up, or you were high, or you were drunk, or whatever the case. And it just ran with you.
Yeah.
You know, I listen to some songs now that I used to love when I was a kid. I was like, this fucking sucks. Same thing with movies, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff play. They had Parents Just Don't Understand, and I can't tell you as a kid how much that resonated with me. Like my parents don't even have a Porsche, and I would steal it and crash because parents don't understand.
You're right.
Like,
Will's
what
right
a
in my life.
stupid song,
You know, and
but it was great.
It's just those things that just grab you and just hold on to you, man. And I get it.
Yeah.
We all want to be taken away, but we just need to remember it's all just entertainment.
That's all it is.
Again, the real world is out there, man, and we just, I'm telling you, if you go in there and not, if motherfucking Oprah Winfrey or Ellen DeGeneres or anybody was your fucking kid's teacher, you'd be there every day making sure your kid acted right.
Oh yeah, you would.
You understand what I mean?
You'd be a lot more invested in your child's future than you are currently.
Right.
Yep, absolutely.
So I mean, treat them a little bit better, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Instead of getting that, people still drink Cristal and
Drink what?
Cristal.
Oh.
Because I see Busta Rhymes in my head. Cavassier and Cristal. But instead of buying that, you know, I don't have any kids anymore. But give the teachers, buy them some supplies, man.
Yeah, and that's something that we do here at the Woodshed. We buy those teacher supplies
Absolutely.
year to year.
I'll tell you what we'll never fucking do, and I'm going to have a mailman on here. So I learned that mailmen get fucking gifts at Christmas, right?
Okay.
So I'm out there. It's the day before Christmas Eve, so it's the 23rd, and I'm shoveling my fucking walk, right? And this is the same motherfucker that puts a fucking thing in my mailbox saying, this is the way we want it done. We don't want it this way. We need it this way so we can get the mail truck in, okay?
Yeah, shovel your snow the right way.
I got the little, you know, growing up in the projects, I always wanted the little mailbox out by the road and shit, right? And you go out there and you check, oh, do I have mail? Here's a funny thing.
I want it on my house.
I always, you're a smart one.
Yeah.
So when I go out there and open it, I'm so fucking paranoid because there's snakes in my neighborhood. I always think somebody's going to pick up a fucking snake and put it in it. So when I open it, I always look first, right? If somebody put a snake in my mailbox and I found out who it was, I would fucking firebomb their life, man.
I'm never going to do it.
Oh, my God. Seriously. That's
wink.
That's like into friendship, into life type recourse, okay? So anyhow, so I'm out there and I'm shoveling my walk and shit, right? And 2 days before, so the 21st, he put this thing in my mailbox, you know, because I would just shovel a little pathway.
Yeah.
Drive your truck up there, get up off your fat mailman ass, walk the fucking pathway, put the mail in there. Yeah. Lucky. First of all, I don't need the fucking mail.
No, most of it's bullshit ads, credit card stuff that I'm never going to fill out, and some random magazine that I don't ever look through.
And then you get the one that's important.
All of them go straight into the recycle bin.
You get the important looking thing, right? Oh, respond today. Must respond. Second notice. I'm like, second notice? Bitch, I pay my bills, right?
Yeah.
You get that shit. So I don't need my mail anyhow. Anyhow, I shoveled, you know, just straight line. So pull up, boom. Get out, take 1.5 steps, put it in there, and you're good. He said, no, I want it cleared out this way so I can drive in. I said, you know what? Fuck you. I don't need my mail. This is what I said in my head. So I'm out there shoveling one day, right? And he's like, hey, how you doing? It's the 23rd. I'm doing good. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. Yeah, I will. And he just sat there for this long. And then he drove off. I was like, that motherfucker's lobbying for a gift. Because I got a boy. I got a boy. He's like, people give him $25. People give him hams. I didn't give him shit. Fuck you. You got a government job with great insurance. All you got to do is fucking deliver mail. Get the fuck out of here. And it's not even Sears catalogs anymore, which I remember those motherfuckers. They were heavy as shit. That's Cliff Clavin.
Yeah, you've got to do nothing now other than open, put in, go. And if you're the unlucky one that has to go in an apartment complex that has all the mailboxes in the same spot, you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no. Back when I was a kid in the neighborhood that I grew up in, everybody's mailbox was on their door. It was or next to the door. It was either hung up there or they had a mail slot
into the house, huh?
Yeah. So the mailmen, they would park at the end of the street. And they'd walk it, make it all the way around the block. Every single house, both sides, they're carrying a bag, dropping off everybody's mail.
Work hard for that money.
Yep. Then they get in their truck and they drive to the next part. And same thing.
I see these mailmen now. They look like shit. Mail carriers.
You don't have to do any damn thing now.
They fucking uniforms all on the iron and shit. I mean, the mailman growing up. So my nana had the fucking mail slot in her house, and she had this dog named Sheba. And the mailman would put the mail in there, and Sheba would fucking chew the mail up. She hated the fucking mailman. So there was that whole thing because they used to carry mace and shit.
Yep.
And then my buddy that's the mailman said one time he had to kick a dog in the fucking throat, and then he had to take that same dog to the vet because he thought he killed it. Because he's wearing cowboy boots for
Yeah.
that reason to kick a dog, man. So my mailman can eat a dick. Anyhow, he's not the superhero.
No.
We're teachers, we're fire, we're paramedics, we're cop, we're all that shit.
Yeah, we're not mailmen.
That's where we're at.
No, you're not the heroes.
Federal job. God,
No.
federal fire. You know what? I had an uncle that was a mailman, too. Uncle Weldon was a mailman. And he wasn't a dick. He was a nice guy. He had nice calves, too. Anyway,
Probably
I
'cause
digress.
you walked.
I
Yeah.
digress.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, good luck. I hope you score 15 goals a season.
Yeah.
To hear you say it, the season
Yeah.
goes from January to December,
Yeah.
and it starts over again in January. So they get like
Yeah.
they get like 12 hours off, and then they go back.
I'm guessing. So hopefully you score your 15 to 17 goals in that time frame.
We got some mascots coming on. We don't know what they are yet. I think we
No.
got one that you guys might think has a speech impediment, but that's just his dialect. We have another one that's right in my fucking wheelhouse, and that might be a two-parter. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Hopefully we get that some bitch in here.
Yep.
But we got some good things coming up.
We do.
I appreciate you guys for running with us. It's 2023. We're going on year
We're in the midst of 6. We're almost about to finish up
Al-
season 6.
almost.
Season 6.
So going to 7.
Yeah, we'll be going into 7.
Wouldn't you like your name to be fucking messy? Wouldn't you just love that? Have like 4 down in. You have one from every. You have like an Indian girl, and you got like the fucking Scandinavian girl. You got a black girl. You got a Chinese girl, right? You got, and just messy. And they're like, oh, messy. Oh, God. Yeah, something's
Yeah.
wrong with me, man.
Yeah,
You know,
it is.
guys are driven by their fucking dicks, though.
Yes, they
Am
are.
I right?
Yes.
I mean,
Absolutely.
guys are driven by their dicks.
Yes.
Hey, so for real, R. Kelly, how long did he get?
I have no idea. Why?
So who bought his house?
I don't know. I once he got in trouble, I just kind of.
I've been watching this shit on YouTube with all these fucking rich ass houses, man, and I'm telling you, I win that $1 billion. This is a different world. Or I get terminal cancer.
Yeah.
I get terminal cancer.
Can I tell you a joke to end this? And you can ask me what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. It's funny you brought up a joke. I'll tell mine first because I want to one up you. And I just heard this joke today. It's from Louis C.K.
Okay.
Okay. So Louis C.K. he talks about being in a sex ed class. Okay. It's a health class, and they're gonna teach him how to put on a condom. So the teacher comes in the next day, and he has a banana, and he says, "Today I'm gonna teach you how to put on a condom, but I can't get a hard on a full stomach, so I brought the banana." I fell the fuck out, man.
Okay, mine's not that good.
Go ahead.
Mine's not that good, but
Okay.
mine is, what do you call a pirate? What's a pirate called that pees a lot?
I don't know.
R. Kelly.
Okay. I'll take it. What is that? What you saying?
That's what I'm saying. This is episode number 2 in the 2023 year. I don't even know what this year holds. All I do know is none of us are going out of this country anytime soon to live with people that are not wed to us. Probably just not going out to live in general. But anyway, you get the idea. Guys, I hope you stick around for the long haul on this. We appreciate you being here.
Yes.
And all of the support. As always, you're going to want to check out those closed door sessions, all of our short little vids that I've put up recently. If you're wondering what the rest of those discussions are about, they're on the closed door sessions. You can subscribe on Facebook, Apple, Spotify, or Anchor, and $3.99 a month. It's a piece of cake. It's easy. We got more of those coming out this month as well, so stay tuned for that.
Don't forget Ask Radio.
Ask Radio every Monday. So if you're wondering what we talked about this week last year, Ask Radio tomorrow night. We'll play last year's episode tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and you can hear all that.
7 p.m. for you, California. I know you love us.
Yeah.
California.
So check out Ask
love.
Radio, guys. Don't forget about them. Show them some love.
One more thing. I want to
Yep.
cut you off again. We didn't
Okay.
address the fact that you have on that nice silk tie and that 100 thread count shirt. What
do.
the fuck you been doing?
So I went to support some family today,
Okay.
and I showed up to the Lord's house.
Okay. All right. Because it was weird to me because it's Sunday and I know the courtrooms aren't open. So I was wondering what the fuck you were doing, man.
And I felt nice in it. I felt like I looked good in it. So
Uh-huh.
I kept my tie and my button-up shirt on.
So good.
And,
that's a good
all
knot.
day long.
That's
So,
a good
yeah,
knot.
doing nice Windsor.
Who taught you how to tie a tie?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
My dad taught me.
I was gonna say that, but I could think of very few occasions my dad ever wore a tie. It's just like a sport coat with a button up and like we're going.
I'm here.
And so I don't remember who taught me how. But I could tie this. I could tie the simple single wraparound pull through, and then there's another one that's got like multiple ties on each side that comes out, and a bow tie I could do as well.
So I once went on a trip somewhere, and my dad tied all my ties for me. Okay, so Keith, when you get there, this tie, this shirt, got it. This tie, this shirt. Old man, I got it. Fuck. I didn't say that, but that's me in my head.
Yeah.
So I get there, and I put on my first tie of the day. And I'm out there, and I'm talking to the people, and the guy says to me, what kind of tie knot is that? And I go, I don't know. I didn't know Windsor or Bow, whatever. All right? I don't know. He goes, it looks weird. It looks inverted. I'm like, all right, okay. And the day goes on. You know where this is going? So I get home, and I get back to the hotel, and I look in the mirror, and the fucking tie I put it on backwards. So all the innards to the fucking knot were on the outside, and the good shit was on the inside. And I was like, you fucking dummy. And there's where it started, man.
That is.
There's where it started.
That's beautiful. So I don't know who tied my tie, but taught me, but I tied it today. It feels good. I felt good in it, so I kept it.
Tony.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
Let me do it again. And with that, Keith, I got to tell you, this weekend, it has been a pleasure.
It feels good. Yeah, we out.
So what you saying? Let's down.